So poops, you might have heard that all rivers flow into the ocean. Now, I don't know if that's true, but what I do know is that all legends must one day come to an end, and this time, the legend that came to an end was Bung Moktar Radin's. So poops, Bung Moktar Radin passed away 5th December 1:46 AM after a long intensive surgery cause of lung and kidney complications. We know this because of a Facebook post made by his son Naim, and so the condolence messages are coming in one after another, including this one. Salam takziah to your family, and I hope that you guys will find peace soon. In so many different ways, your father was a legend, and it's time to explain it to the world. If you didn't know who Bung Moktar was, he was the MP of Kinabatangan, and he was also the holder of the Lamag Adun seat, which he just defended with 153 majority in a 6-cornered fight, only to pass away right after he won the election. Which now means that there are going to be 2 by-elections, one for Kinabatangan and one for Lamag, and this is probably going to reshape the entire landscape of Sabah politics again, as if that wasn't enough before. Because really, the late Datuk Sri Bung Moktar was a character. The best or worst kind is really up for debate. See, the man was a legend. He's been in parliament for like 6 terms across multiple administrations, and he ended up as the face of UMNO and BN in Sabah, which also means that because he's gone, people are probably going to start fighting. I deserve power, you don't deserve power, even as all the parties start circling around like sharks after blood. But if we look back on all those years of Bung Moktar, it almost feels like he was uniquely suited for that. The man has had some chaotic moments throughout his political life. Probably best to call him a maverick, the kind of person who won't shy down from a confrontation and who will literally fight you tooth and nail, which is exactly what he did after that KJ speech in parliament where he screamed, you! Fought the Felcra corruption scandal with his wife on one hand, and on another hand defending himself from being implicated with another wife. I mean, you could call him crude, you could call him crass, but the fact is that if you actually talk to people who knew him beyond just the meme, whether East Malaysian politicians or people, you'll find out that people actually quite liked him, even though you could probably accuse him of unparliamentary language more than almost anyone out there, regardless of what the database stats show. And yeah, people will definitely miss him. In all seriousness though, this is a huge challenge for Sabah BN at the moment, because the majority that Bung Moktar won in his last election was super small, and it really wasn't a very big gap. The guy who got the second largest number of votes was an independent. So we could see the independents continue to take shape, one voice after another voice, as people move away from just parties or coalitions in the East Malaysia elections and start actually voting in the people that they like. What a shame though, because for all of his chaos, his potential rudeness, the questions that people might have had about his conduct, personality, who he was as a person, he was still a father, a friend to many people I'm sure, and definitely someone that I enjoyed watching from my childhood days ever since I first learned about politics. Watching him go just feels like a generation has ended. Well, that's life, and everyone who has ever been born on the surface of the earth and whoever will be born will one day be dead. So that's just a reminder, one of many, I guess, that we see out there. But again, condolences to the family of Bung Moktar Radin, Datuk Sri Bung Moktar Radin I should say, and to everyone who knew and loved him. And good luck to whoever decides to step up and contest those by-elections. May the odds be ever in your favor, and I hope that the people of Kinabatangan and Lamag get someone good. God knows Sabah deserves that. And whether the person who's going to take over those roles would be you, Naim, or anyone else out there, I wish you all the best. And in this morning, let us look beyond. May this memory be a blessing, and in whatever small or maybe even imperceptible way is possible forward, may it somehow or another lead to a better Malaysia. That's all to say about that, and bye.